Hello everyone, my name is Basti and I'm an independent trader with years of experience in the crypto markets. If you're looking for the latest information for daily chart analysis, and if you're looking for trading predictions as well as trading news, then you've come to the right place. Let's go. Good morning guys and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a good day so far, and let's go ahead and look at the price of Bitcoin right away. As you can see on the screen, we have the 4-hour chart in front of us, and here what I can see is that towards either today or either towards the end of the week, Bitcoin is going to make a decision if it goes up to $50,000 or if it drops back down and draws a new correction in the price. So as you can see here on the screen, we have this green box, and this is where we are trading at the moment. This green box, of course, dates all the way back here, and this is something I've shown you guys for a while. This used to be a resistance zone or resistance area, and as you can see now, because we are trading and we have remained inside this box, then that means this has become, for the time being, a support zone. Now here, what we have to see, if we look at this whole thing a bit more closely and we zoom in, we can also see that we have been testing our 20 EMA line over here, something that Bitcoin loves to do. As you can see, we've tested that here, we tested it here, and we're even tested our 50 EMA line, as you can see as well down here. So this means to us that right now we want to see Bitcoin remain in this area here, that we draw a little bit of a consolidation phase, and that we don't drop below our 50 or we don't drop below this EMA line or even our wide support line. If we do, then we are going to go back down to the bottom of our support box, most likely, and it's imperative that we at least draw a consolidation around here, because as you can see, our 50 EMA line is getting closer to entering this zone, and if each one of these EMA lines have a stronger significance when we look at them in the higher time frames. So we do have to pay attention and see what happens here. Another point we can make by looking at this here on the 4-hour chart is that we do have a little bit of a bull flag formation, as you can see here. It's definitely not perfect, but it is nonetheless one that appears to be forming here. And if that were to be the case, then our target price would be roughly $50,900 US. But I should say that we do have to be very, very mindful of that, because that means first we do have to go up to 50,000, of course, and I assume that this is going to be a very volatile price level, and we can see that most likely, I think we're going to see that the price we get rejected there, and then immediately it drops. So it would bring, we go up and then we hit the 50,000, maybe even the 50,100 US before we drop, and then it remains to be seen if our 20 and our 13 or even 50 EMA line do offer us then some support at those levels. So do watch out for that. Now over into the daily chart, we can see also something interesting here with the EMA lines. As you can see, the 13 EMA line is crossed already, the 200, the 21 is already crossed the 100, and the 50 EMA line is in the process of doing that as well. So here again, it's going to be exciting and interesting to see how Bitcoin reacts, how the price behaves once all of these switches do take place. Here again, we also have to look at this. We had 8 days in a row that were in the green, and if we would have had 9, that would have been history made, because we'd never had that before. Of course, 8 days in a row is a very bullish sign. 9 days would have been even more, you could argue. And the last time that we had 8 days in a row was over here last year in August, and of course previous to that, the start of the bull run was here starting on the 10th of December of 2020, where we also had 10 days in a row that were all in green. So that's all for us to pay attention to, little things that are actually not that little and do give and paint a clearer picture in, as far as in which direction things are going. Looking at the fear and greed index, we are at 52 points. We've had a drop of 3 points from yesterday, but that's not an issue. That means we are very neutral. You can say even 50-50 at the moment. But you do have to be mindful, and this is something I mentioned to my followers yesterday in the live stream, which, by the way, thank you so much for those of you who were there. It was really cool. That once we do get into the 70 to 80 point range, things do tend to be very volatile there and very dangerous, So here, it usually the price consolidates for a couple of weeks, and then you see this massive drops. And so, of course, that is when the prices go into this full greed mode, which is where I myself, especially this time around, when we go towards the new all-time high, that's where I'm going to start taking out profits out of my HODL portfolio. So not just the regular portfolio that I carry, but also my HODL portfolio. Now, in the news, we have here that there's possibly today, this week, there's going to be what they call the death blow for DeFi. And here, what it is there's a new regulation that is going to be implemented in Europe, or wants to be implemented in Europe, that would require crypto service companies to do or recompile a whole bunch of information from customers before they get accepted into their services. After that, there shouldn't be any more controls. But one thing is, they are supposed to report transactions over 1,000 euros. And the critics are very concerned, especially with paragraph 16 of the law that is being presented, because they say it will be a perfect target for hackers. So here we do have to also be mindful of what could take place. However, we had something similar a couple of weeks ago where it was going to be, supposedly Bitcoin was going to be banned in the European Union, and completely the opposite is what happened. So I always say take this with a grain of salt, be patient and see how things develop. It doesn't always end up the way that they say it is going to end up. And if you haven't already, make sure that you hit the like button for this video so that you can also help the channel continue growing. Also hit the notification bell and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And thank you so much for all the support that you guys provide to us. It really means the world to me. And so now let's go and have a look at Ethereum. Let's go ahead and fire up that chart on the screen. And here, as you can see, we are retesting again our high here at $3,400. And I've mentioned this also in the live stream, that this is going to be sort of the last stop to struggle with before the price moves towards the $3,900, $4,000 price level. So leaving the 3,400 would be very bullish, and of course reaching the 4,000 price line would also be very bullish for Ethereum. And in fact, we of course have, this is something I mentioned already previous times, we do have this huge double bottom here. And even if we look farther, like if we zoom out, and we look at it in the big picture, we might be even forming another even bigger double bottom pattern, as you can see here, that really could just skyrocket the price of Ethereum. So we do have to keep that in mind, but we also have to be mindful that we should expect at least maybe a correction, at least that would bring us back down to test the EMA lines. That would actually be very healthy for Bitcoin, because we've had a big rise in the price, as you can see here, of almost 40%. And so it's always good for the stability of the market to see and have these smaller corrections before going up. Of course, going up all together like this would be nice, of course, for profits, but it's not a healthy way of going about the market. And now, as I said, let's go and look at the dominance chart for Bitcoin. Here we see we are 42.2% currently. As you can also see, we didn't manage to stay above our downtrend line over here. And currently, again, we are dropping because the altcoins are performing a bit better potentially. Now, as you can imagine here, we might remain a little bit of a consolidation phase before seeing a movement, especially if we draw a candle, for example, and the price of Bitcoin goes to 50,000, then then we can see here some movement back into 43%. But again, at the moment, and we can have a look at that here with this graphic that I've already prepared, the altcoins are performing relatively better. With the usual suspects, XRP is doing very well, Solana is doing well, Cardano, Luna, of course. As you can see for XRP, we are trading currently sideways. There's a lot of pressure for the price to move up. Also Cardano sideways trading at the moment. And the same thing applies to Luna, which yesterday we had a all-time high, and now we might go back and retest it. Again, XRP, I do expect for XRP to continue to go up in the coming hours or days. And you do have to be careful with Solana because we had a huge rise in the price. But all in all, with all these four examples here, things are looking better at the moment for the altcoins. So this is, of course, why we've seen this drop in the dominance for Bitcoin. But yeah, that is pretty much everything that I prepare for you guys today. If you haven't already, make sure that you check out our Telegram group, which is completely free. You can find the link in the description for it. And this is always the place to go where when it comes to updates, like here, for example, I mentioned there's going to be a possible breakout here in this bull flag, and that's what happened actually. And so I'm always posting relevant information or notifications about things that I think might be happening or things that are actually happening. So it's very useful and it's completely free. So make sure you do like the video today. That's very important for this channel to continue growing. And thank you so much for your support. Make sure that you come back tomorrow for more. We always post videos from Monday through Friday. That's all. My name is Basti. Bye-bye.